JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, man Jones at Rocky Point Beach. A man drowned Monday at the Rocky Point Beach in St. Thomas. He has been identified as 34-year-old Leroy Mitchell of Cheswick in the parish. Reports are that about 4 p.m., Mitchell and friends were at the beach when he went for a swim and encountered difficulties while in the water. His friends went to his assistance and pulled him from the water onto the shores, where they tried to resuscitate him, but to no avail. He was rushed to a medical facility where he was pronounced dead. Man set for deportation argues Jamaican thugs would kill him. A Jamaican man, currently appealing his deportation order from the United Kingdom, is claiming that if he's returned to the island, his life will be in danger as notorious gangsters want him dead. The man is from a corporate area community within one of the island's most murderous police divisions. While not disclosing how long the man has been away from Jamaica or whether he had committed a crime in the United Kingdom, solicitors acting on his behalf say his main concern now is about his safety if returned to Jamaica. The man was spared from a $64 million UK Home Office deportation flight that landed in the island last Wednesday with 7 Jamaicans aboard, a significant cut from the 90 originally earmarked for the trip. The UK Home Office has maintained that persons set for removal are convicts, some of whom have been imprisoned for more than 12 months, and some who overstayed and refused to leave of their own accord. The man is from one of those impoverished communities in Jamaica with a history of high gang and criminal violence. Though he may not have to return to said community, which is an argument the UK Home Office may pursue, there are fears that the reach of gangsters who want him dead is immeasurable, people fighting on his behalf say. His solicitors will argue at his next hearing that nowhere in Jamaica is safe for their client as per their instructions. The latest statistics from the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF show that there are 379 gangs in Jamaica. Of this number, 262 are considered active gangs, which reflects an increase of 5% over 2019. Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang has consistently said that gang violence is the primary factor for the rising murder rate. As of August 11, Jamaica recorded 876 murders, a 9% increase year on year. Chang has also informed Parliament that the corporate era continues to account for the largest proportion of gangs, and he underscored that they enjoyed the strong backing of some communities. The police's Area 4, which comprises the Kingston Western, Kingston Central, Kingston Eastern, St. Andrew Central, and the St. Andrew South Police Divisions, accounts for 249 or 64% of the total number of known gangs across Jamaica. Taximan charged in connection with 11 murders committed over 5 years in Clarendon. The police have made a major breakthrough in the commission of a series of murders in Clarendon. It is understood that a taxi operator has been charged in connection with 11 murders which were committed in the parish between 2017 and 2021. Accused of participating in the crime is Travis Gilman. Gilman is a 38-year-old taxi operator from Lioneltown in Clarendon. He has been hit with multiple counts of accessory before and after the fact of murder. Gilman has reportedly given a caution statement to the police, admitting that he had prior knowledge that the murders would have been committed and assisted in the process. It's suspected that the taxi operator was the getaway driver for a vicious gang in Clarendon. Among the murders which Gilman has been charged in connection with is an incident in 2020. In that incident, Akeem Murray, otherwise known as Chemo, and Kemar Ramatar, who was called Tafton, were murdered by gunmen. Gilman is also accused of assisting his fellow gangsters in the murder of a 50-year-old female security guard, Karen Walters, and a man known as Jermaine Brooks. The double murder took place in January this year in Racecourse in Clarendon. Gilman has also been charged with accessory before and after the fact of murder in connection with the slaying of Ian Morris and Rodney Lindsay. Morris, who was otherwise known as Junglist, and Lindsay, who was also known as Price, were gunned down in the Springfield district in Clarendon in 2017 by men who emerged from a Probox motor vehicle. It's believed that Gilman was driving the vehicle. Investigations continue into the murders which Gilman has been implicated in. It's understood that the JCF moved to lay charges on the taxi operator as it ramps up its strategy of not only targeting gangsters who are triggermen but also their facilitators. Strike hobbles A&E unit at Savlamar Hospital. The accident and emergency A&E unit at the Savlamar Public General Hospital came to a standstill this morning when nurses, patient care assistants, and housekeeping staff decided that they would not be working today. Disgruntled over poor working conditions, they withdrew their services from about 7 a.m. They vowed not to return to work until something is done to address their long list of concerns. People are dying in the West because we do not have the resources or the space to provide efficient care for these persons, one nurse complained. Those who spoke opted not to provide their names. What is it going to take for them to declare emergency mode at the hospital right now? Another nurse asked in frustration. The ward is supposed to house a maximum of 40 to 50 patients. We're housing over 115 patients right now. Westmoreland is among the parishes with the highest number of COVID-19 patients. COVID-19 positive persons are mixed with persons who do not have COVID, another irate nurse said. So persons who did not come to the hospital with COVID will get COVID when they come here because we cannot do better. There's no space. 40% of staff have gone home with COVID. We're getting sick, everybody. Nurses, doctors, porters. They also complained that there's only one working bathroom on the A&E ward, which sees patients that do not have COVID-19 sharing facilities with those who do. There is also no shower available for the respiratory unit to use, they said. Patients are sick and standing up. We don't even have a chair to put them on. Patients are lying on the floor. We don't have the space, one nurse continued. We don't want this for our loved ones, so we don't want strangers to go through this either. The strain of treating the flood of COVID-19 patients has also been compounded by what they said are unacceptable working conditions. They pointed out that the air conditioning unit in the A&E unit has been out of commission for months, and staff members now work in a poorly ventilated space amid sweltering heat. There is one blood pressure machine in the unit, and patients who require oxygen have to often do without as there are no tanks available, they said. They also explained that during rainy weather, patients who require transfers to the operation theatre cannot be transferred as a passageway is flooded and the rain comes in with each gust of wind. People are dying. Something has to be done, appealed one nurse. We're having a mental breakdown and we can't do it and will not do it today. Saturday, one nurse dropped down at work. She was left alone with 30 patients in the respiratory unit. There was nobody to assist. No patient care assistant. Imagine you as a nurse having to be working 16 hours per day in full PPE gear in a department with no form of ventilation, no space to walk, nothing. You're basically exposing yourself because you cannot follow protocols. It is unfair to us, the staff, and it is unfair to the patients. Broken equipment, they said, is affecting their ability to maintain basic health standards, such as changing bed sheets in a timely manner. To be honest, everything broke down over here, one worker shared. The steamer not working, the dryer not working. We have to send the sheets as far as Lucy, Montego Bay and Falmouth to get them washed. As fast as we get COVID-19 patients, we get accident victims, so the sheet always need changing. 630 new COVID cases recorded in Jamaica, 9 deaths. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is reporting that 630 new cases of the COVID-19 and 9 virus-related deaths were recorded across Jamaica on Monday. This pushed the total number of confirmed cases on the island since the outbreak to 59,088, and the confirmed deaths to 1,320. The new cases comprise 356 females and 274 males, with ages ranging from 2 days to 94 years. According to the ministry, 90 of the cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew, 88 in Westmoreland, 71 in St. James, 64 in Hanover, 62 in Manchester, 55 in St. Anne, 40 in Clarendon, 34 each in St. Mary and Trelawney, 32 in St. Catherine, 24 in St. Elizabeth, 22 in St. Thomas, and 14 in Portland. Meanwhile, 5 of the latest deaths were from Kingston and St. Andrew, including 3 females ages 59, 78, and 83, and 2 males ages 50 and 68. 3 of the victims were from St. Catherine, including a 79-year-old male, a 63-year-old female, and a 67-year-old female. The remaining victim was a 65-year-old male from Clarendon. The ministry further reported 60 new recoveries, which pushed the total recoveries to 47,540. There are 9,858 active cases on the island. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.